What's up, wrestling geeks and geekettes? Hey everyone, my name's JC. Welcome to the second episode of the Countdown City Wrestle-Cast. We're going to be recapping the SummerSlam 2018 weekend. With me, again, is my beautiful wife, Tina.
Hi, guys.
And over here, this guy, we got Tommy.
Yo.
Just want to first announce that we have a new Twitter account. You can look us up on Twitter at @CCG_WrestleCast. Give us a follow, see what kind of news we'll share. We'll probably be sharing this episode. You guys can comment, reply on that. So we're going to recap NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. We're going to recap SummerSlam 2018. Two great shows. So let's just get right down to it. So NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. Always a great show. It never disappoints. This is the fourth time they've been there. And we actually all finished the same record. We all went 2-3 on our picks. So we're going to start first with the... we're going to go in order of the matches as they were aired on the show. Starting with the NXT Tag Team Championship, the Undisputed Era defending against Mustache Mountain. Still love that name. The match itself, we know the winners, the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. Tina and I got this one right. Tommy got it wrong. Yeah, that's right. Some great things about the match. Of course, the great match. The pin finished with a high-low. What else did you guys like about this match? I made some notes here, but I don't know what you guys might remember about it. Start with you, or
I'm trying to...
I will say the one spot that stuck out in my mind, this team was just hard-hitting. It was high-flying. Yeah. These two teams work really well together. Mustache Mountain definitely brought the UK invasion to the forefront. There was one point when there was basically a double submission that turned into a one-arm powerbomb. You just got to see the match to figure it out.
Yeah.
I will say, though, the match, it ended quite abruptly after so many one-sided false finishes. And when I say that is like Mustache Mountain had so many great spots, so many great finishers, chances to win the match. And Undisputed Era kept kicking out. And then all of a sudden there was just one high-low finish and it was just quick. It was over. That kind of was to me.
I think it was quick. I think that's because they're just trying to set up for the, now they've announced the NXT UK stuff that they're doing. So it's going to be hard for Mustache Mountain, which I'm going to go ahead and call will be the first of the UK tag champions. We'll be pulling double duty with both belts, although it would have been great to see them have both anyway, but that's just me.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a good first match. Also, it got everybody hyped for the whole pay-per-view. So.
Yeah. It's always a great opener with Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong anywhere near the card.
Of course, definitely. Of course, post-match, they were attacked by Hanson and Rowe, the War Raiders. For us, we love Rowe. He wrestled down here so many times in San Antonio. We love him so much. Ray Rowe. And
that was their thing. I never did that. I refuse.
Such a nice guy. It's good to see him on NXT after we know what he was out for so long.
That's no trouble with Ray Rowe as it is.
Yeah, it was so great to see him on TV. And one thing I didn't know, the New York crowd just didn't respond well to the post-match attack. Maybe they're just more for the Undisputed Era being a Ring of Honor crowd.
It could also just be that some people just don't know them.
That's true.
I mean, it's kind of weird to say that in New York because I would think they would know them, but I don't know what the crowd was thinking. Maybe it was just like you said, they favored the Undisputed Era, and they were just like, oh no, we don't do that.
It could be both because right before the War Raiders signed with WWE, they spent a lot more time in New Japan than they did in Ring of Honor. Like the last year, because I think they were the last year where they were the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Champions, so they weren't in Ring of Honor as much their final year before signing with WWE before that. So they could be like maybe not remembering them as well, but you never know with that kind of thing.
All right, well, the next match on the card was the Velveteen Dream against EC3. Tina got this one right, picking the Velveteen Dream, whereas Tommy and I went with EC3.
I just thought for sure EC3 was going to win.
Shout out to Velveteen Dream, who is going all Ravishing Rick Rude with his tights.
Oh my gosh.
So many messages he had on there. Of course, he had Notorious DREAM down one leg, which was great. But my favorite was right there on his butt. It said, "Call me up, Vince." Now, if he gets called up based on that, you're going to see so many people in NXT putting "Call me up, Vince" on their tights, and that'll work out.
Probably,
great.
Yeah.
Honestly, he should be called up just because he put that on his tights. Because that was I looked at that, and at first I thought I read that wrong. I was like, "There's no way that says what I think it's."
Oh, I didn't even notice until JC's like, "Look, look at his butt, and I'm like, what? And then
Which is a
I'm
which
telling her,
is which
look
is a
at his
sen-
butt.
and I'm
right?
looking, and then he shows like his back, and I'm just like, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
which is a sentence
like,
that a
wow.
wife doesn't expect to hear from her husband.
Exactly.
To say, like, look at his butt.
Look at
Wait,
his
what?
butt. Look at
He
what he
must
has
work
written.
out. Of course, surprising to me is though the crowd just didn't really respond as well to EC3. Maybe it's because EC3 is just a big Orlando name, having been in TNA for so Impact Wrestling for so long. But New York just didn't really respond to him as well. I'm surprised by that. I don't know about you guys, but they're all Velveteen Dream for this.
I think more of it has less to do with him being Impact. More just it's just more Velveteen Dream country nowadays. It's like I don't think it's really anything against EC3 because I think they probably respect him just fine. I think it's just that it's Velveteen Dream. It's really hard to go against that train that this guy's on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just going on a really good path, and everyone is loving the gimmick, and you can't deny that. You know, as soon as it comes out, everybody's like, yes. you
Yes.
know?
Match was great. The pin, he hit a Dream Valley driver on the ring apron, on the edge of the ring, which was like, oh.
Yeah,
That's
that
always
was nasty.
cringes because it's the hardest part of the ring, and then he hit his purple rainmaker, of course, which great finish. Next, we had the North American Championship.
Oh man.
Adam Cole, baby, defending against Ricochet, and Tommy got this one right. Went with Ricochet, moonsault into a super. Well, we'll get to that, but wow, this match I think pretty much near stole the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything we expected from this, it was great. Ricochet going to a moonsault, springboard moonsault, eating a super kick in midair.
That
I thought he
Oh
was
my
dead.
gosh, yeah.
that look. And the funny part is I've seen them do that move in like other matches, or I've seen Adam Cole do it to other guys, or the Young Bucks do it to other guys. But that was the most vicious and dead-on super kick that I ever seen.
Face. I was like,
I
ow.
was thinking like I think he kicked him just enough to save him from breaking his neck actually because it didn't
Seriously.
look
It
right.
was worse in slow mo.
Yeah, when they
showed
showed in slow-mo,
Yeah,
I was
because you can really see all of his foot connecting, and then Ricochet had to be thinking, "I really hate you right now."
That was just
kick.
wow.
And we were thinking afterwards, like, are they going to call up Adam Cole, or are they going to play this up for a little bit more, or what's going to happen? And we were in the impression that he's probably going to be called up soon, but
I don't know. It's hard
we're
to
not
say.
sure.
It's hard to say if they're going to bring Cole by himself or if they're going to do the whole era by.
That's what I was thinking. I think that they might not bring up by himself. I think they're gonna bring up the whole era. Like so if they're gonna play this up for a little bit longer, but then once Strong and O'Reilly lose the tag belts, then that's it. They're all getting called up because by then Bobby Fish will probably be healthy, and so they'll just you'll see all four of them jumping. I don't know, Roman Reigns. I don't care.
You think they're the stable that can take down the Shield?
Absolutely.
With the Shield reunited.
Absolutely. I think.
Especially if you have all
Shock the
four of them.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I think because they have, I dare say, there's more of a pack mentality than the Shield does because they've really come up in the business together more or less. And the funny part is the veteran of that group is actually Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of all things, wow.
Yeah.
All right, the women's championship match: Shayna Baszler against Kairi Sane, and Tommy and I got this one right.
Got it wrong.
I was very surprised you went with Shayna. We said that.
I mean,
first
I
episode.
told you I picked her because I didn't think that they were gonna wait until maybe at the Evolution pay-per-view, and also because I think she's doing really well as a heel, but I still think she's still a little tiny bit green. So I just assumed they were gonna play this up a little bit more till Evolution, but I guess I was wrong, obviously.
They're still gonna work. I think she's gonna get her rematch at Evolution.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna go well. I mean, Kairi. They told a great story in this match. Shayna focusing on really trying to get Kairi to submit, and Kairi fighting it off, and then even quote unquote hulking up at one point and say, "Come on, what do you got?" And then just the great finish is Shayna relying strictly on technical wrestling, strictly on submissions, and it cost her. It was all reminded me so much of the first Stone Cold Steve Austin Bret Hart match where Stone Cold puts the $1 million dream on Bret, he hits the ropes and just turns it into a pin. And that was the finish. It was like that's how you do it. Shayna got real cocky about it and everything. So that was a great finish.
Yeah, I laughed because there was a post-match interview they had with Shayna saying she didn't out wrestle me or something to that effect, and I was like saying, well, technically
Technically, she did.
She did at the end.
Technically, and not only that, but yeah, she's out wrestled you once before, the Mae Young Classic. We already made that clear. Second, a pin's a pin, and especially if it's a clean one. I always laugh when of course it's for promos when they say like, "Oh, you beat me." This kind of it's like, yeah, but you still lost. If you lost by a reversal of a move you do all the time, and let's be honest, that's how Bret Hart won a lot of his matches too. Like you would say, he even beat I think Mr. Perfect that way a couple of times. Like I think Roddy Piper, didn't he? Didn't Roddy Piper go for a sleeper
Perfect,
and then
Perfect is the memorable one.
Yeah, and I think he beat Piper the same way. So like and at the end of the day, that wins a win. If it's a move, it's like if the wrestler knows your moveset so well that they can outmaneuver you, that's still a win. Sorry, Shayna.
It was just an error on your part,
Yeah.
honestly, and she'd been wrestling a lot longer than you. She's like reversed that, and she was just like, "Oh, really? Here you go."
And it's probably not the first time she's been locked in a chokehold. So
probably. Yeah.
I expect that we'll see a rematch at Evolution, like you
Something
mentioned.
like that,
So
yeah.
that should be a great setup. And then, of course, the main event, the last man standing match for the NXT Championship, Tommaso Ciampa defending against Johnny Gargano.
Gosh.
All of us got this wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was brutal as we expected.
yeah,
to
it
be.
was.
We had them taking the ring, the mats coming off, the cover. We saw the exposed ring again.
The handcuffs,
weapons. I mean,
the next logical
brought
step.
everything into
The next
this.
logical step for them to face each other is like death by hanging. That's the only match they can have left at this point.
Put them in a cell at this point.
well,
or
War Games.
Yeah.
War Games is next. So, I mean, I don't know how they.
I wouldn't mind seeing them actually at Hell in a Cell, like book them actually at the Hell in a
That would
Cell
be
match.
great, but
I wouldn't mind that at all. I know they'll probably never do it, but I wouldn't mind that at all.
Even if it was a pre-show match, but they probably wouldn't do it because they were like, "Oh, it'll steal the show." No, we don't want that.
The finish made sense to me.
Make Roman
Gargano,
look strong.
going aggressive, wanting to get selfish, handcuffing Ciampa, just beating on him, and then he took himself out
Yeah,
with his knee, his quote-unquote dislocated knee.
yeah,
And then the way it was set up, Ciampa just gets up at 9.
yeah.
And it was
And actually, if you look at it, he didn't really even get up. He just kind of fell over and managed to
just
stand
kinda
up.
slid
He had
over.
his
Just
feet.
slid over. It's
As
like,
long as you have your 2 feet up.
yeah. It's like, oh, good, I'm
He
standing.
was standing. It counted.
Yeah.
That was great.
Great camera shot. Great camera shot right at the end to go off the air too. Was
Yeah.
Gargano looking back from the ramp and then seeing Ciampa with his hands in the air of the belt. You just know this is not over.
Absolutely
It's
not.
going to be NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 72, and these guys will still be going at it at this point.
They're like we said, they're gonna be in like a nursing home. They're gonna be wheeled out for one match each in their wheelchairs.
Let's just say they're not going to be in NXT by that point. I would hope.
We would hope, exactly.
They would be in WWE. Just
Unless
kicking each
NXT
other's
just
butt.
takes over WWE and becomes the new
Right.
brand. It'd be amazing.
So as I said earlier, we all went 2 and 3 on this show.
Yeah.
With our picks.
I started off good and then
yeah.
I lost them 3 in a row.
Obviously, the women's championship we know is going to be defended at Evolution, which is in October. Now, the next NXT TakeOver show is at War Games, which is right before Survivor Series. Any thoughts? Probably, let's just throw it out there. It's going to be Ciampa Gargano 4 at this point.
Probably.
The main event.
Yeah.
Unless Aleister Black returns, in which case, we'll know who attacked Aleister.
I wonder who that could be.
I really do wonder.
I wonder if it's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of those face names that's going to turn heel with it.
I can
really
see that.
could see that happening. So
What if it's Keith?
That'd be great. I'd love
he's
it.
not one of the guys they showed in the video, though. There's like
So
many
what?
different- I'm just saying.
You
He
know,
got
did they
out of
ever show who's on?
he
who's
he
in
got
it?
out of
had a
there
bunch of
before
people.
he got out of there before they really could, before the camera was really rolling.
Yeah.
He pulled the Ocean's 11.
I'm just saying.
It'd be great.
I
if
would
it,
like
it'd,
that.
it'd be great if it
A
were Keith.
part of me hopes it's Adam Cole because I want to see him in the main event picture.
That'd be great.
And that War Games him
True.
getting a shot. Maybe
Yeah.
it's a 4-way or something like that for the title.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
And then the era jumps everyone and lets Cole win.
Yep. Which, if it's Fatal 4-way, no DQ.
Yeah.
We did have one comment on YouTube from James Lee. He said, I just got done watching NXT Brooklyn 4 and going Jim Ross here. My God! The main roster is going to have to bring it tonight, otherwise NXT will outshine them for the other pay-per-view. And then he said, Mamma Mia at the end.
Here we go again.
Here we go
Here we
again.
go.
Yeah. So, did SummerSlam live up to expectations, or did they live up to NXT, I should say? Let's find out. So, the pre-show, we had Rusev and Lana versus Cien Almas and Zelina Vega. We all picked Almas and Vega, and we were right. Pin with Vega's feet on the ropes, which is classic heel pin. I enjoyed it. I think you guys did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good win for them. They're really building them up as well. Of course, on SmackDown, Rusev and Lana were able to get their revenge on it, got a rematch, and they won. With Aiden English finally doing something right.
Finally.
Right.
Congrats. Yeah.
Finally.
After
he's in
like
their good
4
graces.
months of getting stuff wrong.
Poor guy. Seriously.
Cruiserweight Championship, Cedric Alexander against Drew Gulak. Tommy's the one that got this right, picking Cedric Alexander retain. He retained after a series of roll-ups. It was just like one after the other. It looked like a Kingpin in Tekken. If you ever see Kings, little video game reference there.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Doing
so
that.
there you go.
I want to play Tekken again now.
One critique I guess I would have of this match is like, when you think cruiserweight, I'm not saying it has to be high flying all the time. These guys
But
are
that's
real
what you think.
technical. Yeah, that's what you think. But with the WWE thing, they're not on TV as much as the other shows are, and
At
it's
all.
tough to get eyes on it.
At
I don't know
all,
if the
yeah.
crowd just wasn't into it. Tune into 205 Live. It is getting really good.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
getting better. This was a good feud. And I just feel with that way that finish happened, I hope Drew Gulak's not out of the picture yet. He's got something really great.
Nah, I doubt it. A roll-up win? Nah, he's not done. Not by a long shot.
No.
And then finally, the Raw Tag Team Championship to close out the pre-show. The B Team, go, against the Revival.
It's so stupid, but it's so great.
Oh, it is.
We all said this match was going to close out the pre-show. It did.
And it did,
left
yeah.
people on a high note. The B Team retained with another accidental pin, and they celebrated like they won at WrestleMania. That's just how
That's
they do it. I
great.
enjoy it. So, I love it.
I'm just loving this gimmick. Oh my god.
It's great. It's over.
And their
Brooklyn
shirts are
loves it.
so stupid.
Yeah.
But they're great.
They are.
They're rolling with it. It's hilarious. For the pre-show, Tina and I both went 2-1. Tommy was 3-0 on his picks.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Finally.
The main card. We're gonna order that they put the matches. Here we go. So we open with the Intercontinental Championship, which seems to be the match that opens up just about every pay-per-view, except for the one time it was the main event.
Yeah, but that seemed weird for the match we got this time. But let you go
Yeah.
ahead.
So we had Dolph Ziggler with Drew McIntyre as champion, defending against Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Tina and I got this one right, with Seth Rollins getting the win after a curb stomp.
The Infinity Curb stop.
Oh, yeah.
How about Seth Rollins with a Thanos look? And
Oh,
it was
yeah.
hard to see on the pay-per-view, but if you go back and look at some close-up pictures, he did have the Infinity Stones on his
Yeah,
boot.
he
They were
did.
really
Yeah,
tiny.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
really
caught that,
good.
and it was hilarious.
And if he could have snapped his toes, half of the roster would have been dead.
Dolph grabbed Drew and said, "Mr. McIntyre, I don't feel so good."
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So while he had that going on,
My jokes are terrible. Sorry.
Ziggler's tights, he had almost like a Hollywood Hogan type look, black with the word Hollywood on it.
And then he had the belt.
And then he had the belt there right in front,
I
which
was like,
a la
wow.
Rick Rude again. So everyone's paying tribute to Rick Rude, I guess. For an opening match, it was around 30 minutes, which was great. They
Yeah.
gave
It was great. I think.
Yeah,
these guys
I want
time
to say it
work.
was probably. I want to say it was probably the best match of the night.
I think so.
It
Actually,
was up there. I think it was
yeah.
for sure the longest.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was.
We were all kind of like, man, this match is taking a while. I mean, I'm not angry.
It's
No.
just
but
shocking.
But it just took a long time, and we're like surprised. Why is the first match
I
so
finished
long?
my drink and I was ready to get another one, but the match is still going on. I didn't want to miss it. So,
We just kind of like, for us, we're used to the first match being like not 30 minutes long, maybe like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So when it like dragged that long, we were like, I'm not angry, but wow, they gave them a lot of time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially when there's so many other matches in the pay-per-view.
And then I enjoyed that the managers around the ring, Dean Ambrose did his purpose. He kept McIntyre out of it. They got involved, but didn't quite get involved. Like they kept the action outside the ring, which
was
tells the
great.
right story. You don't want managers just sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also love the fact that it's almost like every time SummerSlam rolls around, Seth Rollins pulls out one of the moves he used. He was Tyler Black in Ring of Honor, because when he did the reverse superplex off the top rope, he hit a move. It's like a lifting reverse DDT. He called it paroxysm, I think, in Ring of Honor, and that just proves what an ROH nerd I am, because I marked the
Guy's
freak.
encyclopedia here.
I marked the freak out when I saw that. I was like, "Oh my god, that's paroxysm!" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm one of 5 people who knows what the hell that even means." I'm such a.
I don't
nerd.
think there's probably more than 5 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't know that.
That's only because I was a
But,
huge
you know.
Tyler Black fan. So when he got called up to WWE, I was super excited. And they changed his name. I was like, okay. But then Seth
Yeah.
Rollins involved, and I was like, all right, I'm cool with it
It's
now.
working.
Yeah,
It's
it
working.
is.
He's made that character really well.
He really has. He really has.
Next match, SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Bludgeon Brothers defending against New Day. We all picked
That
the
was
Bludgeon
short.
Brothers to win. Technically, they lost by DQ, but they kept the titles, so we did all lose this one.
That wasn't a very long match though. It was kind
No.
of
It
short.
It really wasn't, but there was a lot of action to it. We had Big E and Xavier Woods representing the New Day. It was a win by DQ, which surprised me on the finish. It just felt like the Bludgeon Brothers were finally getting frustrated. They
Yeah.
couldn't put these guys away. They couldn't dominate them like they usually dominate most teams,
Yeah.
and had to resort to pulling out a weapon and using that, and that was the finish. So,
I think that's the case with most tag teams when they go up against the New Day because they
Oh,
seem
yeah.
so goofy. They're just like, we can beat these guys easy. And like, oh wait, no, they actually have skill. 'Cause
Yeah.
For one, Kofi Kingston's
And they're
on
like,
this team.
and they're like, no more pancakes.
we'll get into what happened on SmackDown with this match later because
Yeah.
it's very key. That's what this match set up.
Yeah.
Next, the Money in the Bank contract on the line. Braun Strowman,
Oh my gosh.
Kevin Owens, shortest match of the night. We all picked Strowman.
It took like a minute.
Yeah.
Poor guy. I loved his shirt though. Like
KO in the bank.
KO in the bank was awesome.
He had a great
And
shirt.
I was like, yes, he's gonna do great. And then no.
I've never seen a
Poor
guy.
guy.
I've never seen a guy bounce off a ramp as hard as he did.
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
Wow.
that looked so painful.
But it was
I'm
perfect. It was
sadistic
like,
because
all
I
right,
laughed so hard at that.
I was like, poor guy.
that's how Strowman should dominate a match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As big guy as he is.
Yeah.
Monster in the Bank. We said, all right, he was a quick win. He's not. He's probably gonna cash in later. Is it gonna happen?
Yeah.
So that was how that match went. Quickest one of the night, how we predicted, and it led right into the triple threat women's championship match.
That-
That was crazy.
We all got this wrong.
I would say that none
All
of
of
us
us
got
got it
right.
Yeah.
But I did say
But
I did say that when we were talking about this last time, I did say I could see them going any way with this, like
Yeah.
any way with this, and it just so happened I should have probably said Charlotte because everybody had picked the other two.
Yeah.
He
I
picked
was like,
Carmella. He picked Becky Lynch.
yeah. Kinda
I'm first
surprised.
going to talk about Carmella because everyone that says she never deserved the title, she can't wrestle.
She did really
she
good in
did-
this match.
For a heel in a triple threat, most of the time, for everyone that says they can't wrestle, if you go back and watch every triple threat match John Cena was in, they quickly just threw him out of the ring and did their thing. And that's what annoyed so many people about it. Carmella probably spent the most ring time in this match.
Yeah.
Was involved in everything, even probably bringing the most charisma. I'm the champion. I'm the champion.
Yeah.
Sure, it was annoying.
You're never gonna be champion.
Never gonna be
Becky.
champion, but man, she was in it. She showed great cardio. She showed great athleticism.
Yeah.
Girl's got abs. I mean,
She does.
Seriously.
haven't seen her wrestle in a two-piece in forever.
Yeah, that was different.
And then, of course, Becky is got Carmella. She's ready to beat her. She's got her in submission, and then cues Charlotte natural selection and gets the pin on Becky, her quote-unquote best friend. And post-match was probably the loudest pop of the night.
Oh my
my God.
Easily.
We
Easily.
were all just,
set it
we
up,
were all
hug,
just watching
hug.
the
It's
TV like,
Becky's gonna do it. Becky's
do
gonna
it,
do it.
do it,
And
do
then
it.
she
It's like
slapped
I can't believe they pulled
Slap the crap out
I
of
can't
it,
believe they
so.
pulled the trigger on that at
Yeah.
long last. It's like what we all wish they do with Roman Reigns. But anyway, so,
If you're gonna do it, do it
Yeah.
there.
yeah,
Do it at a big show like that, and the crowd reacted.
exactly.
gloriously.
Yeah,
They loved it.
they.
I think my favorite part of it was after she did everything, she walked out and she kind of just looked back like, yeah, that's right, and she
Yeah.
just kept walking.
Just kept walking like I'm a badass. I
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
my thing. So
I like, but going back to the Carmella thing real quick. I was like, I kind of hate the argument of people saying when people can't wrestle, it's like they just can't wrestle as good as other people, and like
They
with
wrestle differently.
Yeah, it would, and differently. Like
Yeah.
Carmella, in terms of skill compared to you can't compare her to Becky Lynch and Charlotte.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch, like, has been doing this most of her life. Charlotte literally grew up in this business. Carmella didn't as much. She's giving it a try. She's not green, but she's just not as skilled as them. It doesn't mean she's horrible. It just means she's
but she's WWE
but-
trained.
yeah. She's
But
yeah.
She has that.
charismatically,
charismatically.
she
she's
is a lot.
Yeah.
She's a little higher. So like I have this argument like, how is the woman wrestler like the best wrestler? Well, obviously they have to be very. One of the main things is you have to be charismatic. If you cannot act at all, then you're probably not going to get far. Because
Yeah,
they're not gonna
WWE
because
will.
they're not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, for
because
real.
they're not
You
gonna
gotta
use you.
promote.
You can't do promos. You can't cut promos on people on the fly. Like you're just not gonna be used, male or female.
Yeah.
And then second thing is, can you just have a decent match? Not necessarily have to be the most amazing wrestler in the world, but can you can you perform a decent match and maybe even tell a story? If you can't do any of those things, you're not going to be a successful wrestler, especially if you're not charismatic.
The crowd was invested in this match.
Oh, yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Now, granted, they booed her when she said she's from Staten Island.
Oh, yeah.
I thought maybe they might cheer, but then I remember Staten Island's the 5th borough that everyone forgets.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah.
I have some friends from New York that tell me that. Now, a match I was surprised was, why was this so early in the card, was the WWE Championship.
Oh, my God. We were all mad about that.
Yeah, we were.
I'm not
We're like,
saying...
what?
Obviously, I feel, I'm old school, WWE Championship should be on last no matter what.
Yeah. Ditto.
Granted, we all felt like, we know the Universal's last, Brock Lesnar, big star, whatever. But AJ Styles defending against Samoa Joe. Tommy, you technically won this one because Joe won by DQ.
I'll take it.
Styles beat the crap.
He
Joe,
did. Okay, so
Yeah.
You know what? Joe getting the mic and saying, "Hey, I'm your new daddy."
I'm your new daddy. I was like,
Oh man.
can we just admit that Joe might be like one of the best going heels right now, just because of that?
Yeah.
Because
We were talking about Carmelo's mic
it-
work. Here you got
we
Joe.
did. We did also talk about this. Like, they're really good friends. Like,
Yeah.
they've known each other forever. They've wrestled each
Backstage.
other so
Backstage,
many
yeah.
times, and it just, like, they could use that personal, heat. And saying that to, AJ Styles' wife,
I'm gonna be
who knows, who's probably had Joe over for dinner, and I'm pretty sure she was just there like, oh,
Yeah.
really? But like,
Yeah,
pretty
that-
sure she was probably inside like,
But to me,
"Don't
what
laugh,
sold
don't
that
laugh,
whole
don't
moment
laugh."
was that look on AJ's face. It looked
Oh
like he
my
was like
God.
legitimately about to kill
Yeah.
Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
he's like, okay, I'm about to.
And
He's
his
like,
wife was the one that calmed him
yeah,
down.
that looked like
let's
that
get
looked
out of
like the look of a man who said, "I'm going to jail and it's gonna be worth it
Yeah.
because
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
murder him literally right now."
This is definitely the start of a great rivalry that
Yeah.
we've seen so many times, and I hope they keep it going.
Yeah, because the match the match alone was just great.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I have to admit, after how it ended, I was like, okay, I kind of get where they placed it on the card now because this isn't over. This is gonna go on for a little bit longer, so I kind of
Yeah.
get it. I'm still mad about where it is placed, but I kind of get where they
I
placed
think
it.
it was more of the fact that there were so many more matches that we were just like, what? It's
Yeah, that's true.
I guess we're a little. It also has to do with the fact that we're a little upset lately that they don't put WWE champion last or second to the last. They haven't done that in a few pay-per-views, like sporadically, and we were like talking about this. We're like, what the heck?
Yeah, it's been a while.
The Universal Championship's not even around, and the WWE Championship sometimes not even the main event. So we're like, what?
I hope that trend changes.
So then again,
really
so
do.
when this happened, we were like really in the middle of the show.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, really? Like, you're not even. You need to build back the WWE Championship.
Yeah.
It should be the main championship because again, the Universal Championship was
It's
nowhere.
ironic that Vince doesn't value his oldest belt. And that's just,
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Exactly. Maybe that'll change. We'll see. We had an Elias segment. I love Elias. The crowd loved Elias even when he said crap about New York, and then of course the guitar falls apart.
That was hilarious.
Somebody on Twitter suggested it was Chris Jericho that did
Oh,
it
yeah.
all the way from Tampa. I have no idea. We'll see.
I mean,
Yeah.
it could. He's another musician.
Yeah. The Miz and B Team segment.
It was funny.
You know, if the B Team actually did have a show called Total Fellas, I'd probably watch it. But
Total-
it's with the
I-
B, so
I-
it's Total Fellas.
I can't even lie. I'd have to at least check out at least the first 2 or 3 episodes just to make sure to see if I love it or hate it.
Yeah.
But with my dumbass, I'd probably be like, you know what, screw it. I'm watching the whole season and be like, I hate myself for watching this. I said this entire season and I've gained nothing.
I was just loving that gimmick, but it was a great
It is.
interaction to see. And then that led into Daniel Bryan against The Miz.
Which we again
We
were like.
picked last.
Which
but
again we
knew.
were like, why is this match
Yeah,
right
where
here?
it is.
Why
yeah.
isn't it closer to the end? We're just
It
so.
was as hard hitting as we thought. None of us got it right. You thought
No.
it was going to be a no contest.
I did.
We both picked Daniel Bryan. The pin, of course, when we saw Maurice at ringside at the very beginning.
like,
Yeah.
there it
Yeah.
is.
As soon as we saw that, we're like, no.
Like,
Gonna
actually-
No way the baby was really there, in my thought. It was like, if she did, she probably had one of those big headphones with the crowd noise. But
I don't
when
think
she
so.
was
Yeah.
there, it was like, okay,
Baby
this
was
ain't
covered
looking
the
good for
whole time.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, the second I saw the baby, I said, well, I got this wrong. It was like the second I saw Maurice, I was like, yeah, I was wrong. Miz is
Yeah.
gonna win.
Miz, of course, wins with brass knuckles. It was a hard-hitting match. It is the start of something big. We don't know the whole contract situation with Daniel Bryan. I really hope he
Yeah.
stays.
Me too.
But I hope this leads. My personal prediction is that this is going to be leading into a big WrestleMania match. possibly with a WWE title on the line.
I hope so.
That was our thing.
That was our.
I really hope
You
so.
said
We'll see.
mine.
Really.
You said mine. I'm
Our
like,
thing.
it's our
Well,
thing.
we'll see.
Well, because I was talking about this last time, was that I think that they're gonna keep AJ with the belt until he breaks CM Punk's record. And we did the math. Actually, we did this yesterday.
She's a math teacher. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah, we did the math, and it'll go all the way to Elimination Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
And if he loses there, he's already broken the record, and he could lose it to anybody. In Elimination Chamber, it could be anybody, like a bunch of people. So we're thinking, man, The Miz could win at Elimination Chamber. He breaks the CM Punk record, and then The Miz is the champion going into WrestleMania. And we said Daniel Bryan shows up at like number 30 on the Rumble, and
That'd be great.
he wins. And we're just like, oh, that's how it set it up again.
So as great as that match was, we get to Finn Balor and Constable Corbin.
Oh my God!
And
And I
of course-
called it too.
Yes, you did. And of course, we all got this right that
I
Finn
said The
Balor
Miz.
won. But before we get to that, the setup of it.
The set-
Constable Corbin comes out, and they
Yeah.
take this time to introduce all the announcers from all the countries. And I'm thinking
They're taking too long.
maybe something big's going to happen. You know, they're introducing all the, different languages, everybody. They cut back, lights go out, music hits. And we haven't seen the Demon since, I think it was last October when he wrestled AJ Styles.
Yeah. Bella Blood. Years.
And I said last time, I go, man, it would be really cool if he just came out as, Demon Balor, and all y'all were, no, they haven't used it in a while. I'm like, okay, fine. And then what happens? He comes out as Demon Balor. And I'm
You're
like,
right.
With a Venom look.
Yeah, that was
Which
cool.
was awesome. For those of you that follow the Geekcast, AJ Nightwing was over here. It was the first time he'd seen Demon Balor, and his eyes just lit up.
He was
thought it was
like-
the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, my 4-year-old daughter and I and everyone else is going like this. with
Yeah.
their fingers.
Yeah.
We
And-
lost our ever-loving minds.
Yeah, we were all marking out like crazy. Let's be real. We were.
Yeah, we were. It
We're
was.
like, yes, Demon Balor.
It was so cool because the second he crawled out, I was like, okay, and I thought and to Corbin's credit, and I almost hate to say this, but to his credit, he gave the proper freak out reaction of like it reminded me of when Mick Foley came out as Cactus Jack. And Triple H had the complete freak out of not wanting to fight Cactus Jack.
He thought he was
He's like under no circumstance do I want to actually fight Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
So it had that same reaction, and I like that you can still get that reaction of a personality shift. And of course,
He was like, no, I didn't. No, that's not the guy I'm wrestling.
Yeah.
I
That's
love
not
he
the
said
guy.
that.
I like
I
I was
said-
trying to talk to the refs, like ring the bell, and then boom, there it goes.
That was
Of course.
quick. That was
That
a
was-
quick
that-
match too.
Balor
Yeah, that
gets
was.
the win after the coup de grace, and hopefully that's the last time we see that.
Oh my gosh.
Dear God,
what
let that
was
be
like
the
the fifth or sixth time?
Yeah.
That was,
I lost-
that had to be
I
at
lost
least number
count.
5.
My hope is that this leads into my dream match. I want to see Demon Balor against The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Please give me
That
that.
would be nice.
That'd be
Please give me
cool.
that. Next, we have the U.S. Championship. Shinsuke Nakamura defending against Jeff Hardy. We all picked Shinsuke. We were all right on this one.
Yes.
And after the Kinshasa. It was great to see a good match, something that we expected last pay-per-view. But instead they went with the short finish after a low blow and everything.
Yeah.
But this was really well done. Jeff wrestled great. Shinsuke wrestled great.
It's a
They
great match.
teased Orton walking out. It was the weirdest thing. He walks out afterward
And he walks
then
back.
just walked back like he forgot his car keys or something. I have no idea.
That was really I was like okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
I think he was just trying to distract
Or just
one
like,
of them.
Yeah.
And it was like both of them were just like confused. Like, what is that guy doing?
I love
And-
Shinsuke's reaction though. As soon as Orton's music hit, he was like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, great, this
And
guy.
poor Shinsuke, who looks confused like most of the time anyway. He's just like, why is this happening? He's probably thinking, man, I miss New Japan. Someone just made sense there.
now the next
Maybe
one.
yeah.
The Raw Women's Championship. So I'm just going to sit here and just,
You know, yeah. He's,
Yeah, you
he's
be,
in
you be
mourning.
quiet.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
We
No,
were
you're
all.
not.
we
You're,
were-
you're not over it. You're lying.
The rest of the night, I was going.
The only one to pick Alexa. I stuck with my girl. I'm probably always going to pick Alexa. But
Yeah.
And
if there was a way this match should go with Ronda winning, this is the way to do it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Told the right story.
Kicked
Okay,
her
for
butt.
the first
She
time.
beat her like a
She-
drum,
Come
dude.
on.
Hang on, let me get to it. She came out MMA Ronda, which
Yes,
I
she
have been wanting to
Yes.
see. She comes out angry, focused, like she would do in the UFC all the time, ready to kill somebody. And
She
as soon
did.
as she wins, then she's all smiles. And that's the way she should be every time.
Yeah.
Especially, when she gets a title shot, should have done at WrestleMania, and I hope she does it from now on because then it's believable that she's going to kill somebody.
Yeah.
And she.
Oh, man,
I love the
she's-
setup. I love that Alexa played up the heel, getting in the ropes, pretending to leave. And then Ronda teases her, sits down, goes like this.
Oh, that was
and it
funny.
was just perfect.
When Ronda sat down and crossed her legs, I said that there's a guy in New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's not wrestling right now. His name's Shibata. Who he would do that all the time as to taunt his opponent. He would sit in the ring and cross his arms. I said somewhere right now Shibata's like saying, I like this girl. I like her a lot. She's got style to her. I think this girl's going places.
Shout out to Natalia, who came out first appearance in the passing of her father and was wearing her dad's jacket.
That was great.
That was
that was amazing. Jacket was huge on her, but
it was.
It felt like you could almost see 5-year-old Natty Neidhart wearing her dad's jacket as a kid.
Which I'm more than positive happened quite a few times.
Probably,
Yeah, of course.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it was great to see that. Tommy said during this match, and I quote, he was turned on and afraid by Ronda Rousey. Do you care to elaborate on that?
No,
I don't know how much more I can elaborate
No
on this.
elaboration, please.
Yeah.
We don't need that.
All right.
I stand by what I said.
I'm a big Alexa fan, but I am wearing a Hot Rod shirt to pay tribute to Roddy Piper, who passed his nickname on to Ronda Rousey. And Piper, she's doing your name proud.
Very much so.
Said that in your podcast with her, and she's doing it proud. She's doing great.
Yeah.
I hope she keeps going. She's already talking about wanting to extend her contract with WWE, and
I really hope she does.
Yeah. And finally, the main event was the Universal Championship, Brock Lesnar against Roman Reigns. We had so many different scenarios on this.
Yeah.
So
I think literally
Tina
none
and
of them
Tommy
came
got
true.
this right. Tina and Tommy got this right because I thought Brock was gonna win, but lose when it gonna cash in. So before the match even starts, Strowman comes out and says, "Whoever wins, I'm facing you. I'm not gonna sit here and run and hit you from behind in true Strowman style." That was actually good, but it played into the story of the match. It started off hard hitting with Roman just attacking Lesnar, getting everything out of the book, and I don't know, it kind of threw me off a bit because for every time that they have done this match, Lesnar has dominated. Lesnar has gotten all the offense. Lesnar has thrown Roman around like a rag doll. And then, of course, when it went to the outside, Roman gets the inadvertent dive on Strowman. Lesnar comes out, hits him with the F5. And probably the smartest thing Lesnar did was throw the freaking briefcase all the way back up the ramp.
I was convinced he was gonna hit a fan because I was like, I don't know if he knew where he threw that. I don't think he was paying attention.
It's smart just to get rid of it.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, he's distracted, so Roman's gonna win.
Yeah.
I kind of figured that too.
Yeah.
Granted, Roman hit Superman punch after Superman punch, hit a spear, and then Lesnar immediately gets back in with a chair, hits a spear. While he's holding the chair, he throws it, bounces off the rope, and comes back and hits Lesnar in the head. I don't know if that was planned, but it was perfect. Geekcaster Steady was cracking up at that. He was over here watching that as well. But that's the pin after spear, which kind of surprised me. I thought they'd go on a little further, but
that was kind of a weird ending.
Yeah.
it was kind of a weird ending.
It ended, and all of us were like, "That's it."
The crowd was 50-50 because finally the Universal Championship is off Lesnar, but it's on Roman
But
Reigns.
it's on Roman Reigns.
With no cash, and that's how it went off the air.
But to be fair, with Lesnar matches, when he hits one F5 on a guy who's been kicking his ass for like most of the match, and the match ends, it's kind of some kind of poetic justice.
Yeah.
Again, I kind of hate seeing that. In fact, there's Roman Reigns with one spear, but whatever. Who cares?
So record-wise, how do we do? Well, for the main card, I went 4-6. Tina went 6-4, and Tommy went 6-4. SummerSlam overall, I was 6-7. Tina was 8-5. Tommy was 9-4. So if you throw in for the whole weekend, I was 8-10. Tina was 10-8. Tommy was 11-7. And the one match that separated him was the cruiserweight title in the pre-show.
Yeah, I
Of
know.
all things.
And I picked darn it,
I'll take it.
Gulak.
Now,
Darn you, Gulak.
Black people.
Oh my gosh.
yeah, throw that out there. Oh man, we'll get to Keith Lee later. Anyway,
Oh my gosh, stop.
Raw. We do have a couple shows that have happened already. Of course, with Raw, Finn Balor finally got his Universal Championship rematch. One that he lost due to injury. Never got his rematch. Roman finally granted it to him, and the match was great.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah, it
impressed
was
with
great.
I was actually impressed
Yes.
by the match. I was like, holy crap, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to be able to say that, but
It's interesting because Roman put Balor over when Balor was trying to work his way in that little tournament for the Universal title a couple years back. And so he returned the favor, but Strowman came out again, threatening to cash in, and then we got the Shield
The Shield's
reunited,
coming.
yeah.
which was unexpected for me, but I'm glad they did it. It was like, okay, Roman's got guys watching his back. They had it all set up, all of them
and they got
together.
cheered.
And they got cheered, and then Dean got hurt, and it kind of killed it. But the Shield together is great. And
Yeah.
I think that's going to work really
I was
well.
actually kind of shocked when I saw on I was on Instagram page I just randomly ran across, and they were like mad at that. And I was like, I don't get the anger, but then again, I don't get a lot of wrestling fans' anger because I thought it was a great little thing. Because like the way that WWE builds up this faction is actually pretty solid to me. They make him seem like a legitimate, like serious threat, you know.
Well, let's be real. Even like for most independent wrestling fans, you know, they're a little bit more critical of things.
That's true.
And also because, you know, everybody has their own opinions on things, and everyone has their own wrestlers they like and don't like.
That's true.
And like, you know, there's wrestlers that I don't like that they like, and vice versa. It's just gonna be that way, and it's just like some people just like to, you know, also be, you know, trolls.
That's yeah.
So
There's a
they
lot of
might
them out
they might not even like care about a wrestler or whatever, but they just want to pick at you because they know that you're gonna be upset.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, predictions going into Hell in a Cell, at least on the Raw side. Kurt Angle is quote unquote on a vacation, and Constable Corbin's the acting GM.
Which I'm like, great.
Which before that was happened, they Heyman proposed Lesnar getting his rematch at Hell in a Cell, and with Corbin being the acting GM, do you think that's going to happen?
Dear God, I hope not, but I don't know.
It would be in a cell more than likely. If it
Yeah,
happens.
but the thing is, like, they might do it because Corbin kind of played up that he was like afraid of Brock Lesnar when Brock showed up and jumped Kurt Angle a couple of weeks ago. So
Yeah.
he might do
Give
it
him
just
what he
because,
wants.
because he's afraid of Brock Lesnar. But
But hey, if it happens,
I hate this crap.
If it happens, the Shield is there.
That's true. That
And
that
in
is my
Hell in a
one
Cell,
saving grace.
anything goes. At some
Yeah.
point, they're going to get in the cage.
Yeah,
That would be a perfect setup to get to have Braun cash in too, if you think about it.
yeah.
Quite possibly. And Hell in a Cell's in San
And Hell
Antonio,
in a
so we would
Cell.
love
Yeah.
to see that.
Yeah.
I love how Hell in a Cell was entirely designed to keep people out, and to this day, it has never done it.
Yeah, exactly. It never keeps people out.
It's
so
been
that's
20
why-
years since
that's
that
why
thing
I
was
said,
created.
It would be perfect for Braun Strowman to cash in.
Holy crap! No, it's been 21 years since the first Hell in a Cell match. That was in
Yeah.
'97.
97.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty amazing. Now, on the SmackDown side, you know, the Bludgeon Brothers New Day match on SummerSlam went to a DQ finish, so they got the rematch on a no DQ match. And, of course, New Day, Big E, suffering from bruised ribs after doing a crazy job. I don't know how he survived that. But
Yeah.
with Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, they beat the Bludgeon Brothers for the championships. Of course, we find out later, I mean, not to say New Day doesn't deserve it, but to find out that Eric Rowan tore his bicep during the SummerSlam match. He, one, finished that match, and two, wrestled this match.
I know.
And it's
Like he
pretty
wrestled
amazing.
after he got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. I hope he gets a speedy recovery, and because him and Luke Harper have something going great
Yeah.
with the Bludgeon Brothers, and they should be up at the tag team division. But this does open up windows for the Usos for the Bar to come back into play.
Yeah.
You know, by the way, their new soccer jerseys look great when they were on TV. So that should be hilarious. Should be awesome to see. I hope they're a part of it. Now, back to Orton and Hardy. You love Randy Orton.
That was
I do.
insane.
How did you feel about your boy getting destroyed by Jeff Hardy, though?
I don't know where they're going with this. So I just
Yeah.
like they just keep beating each other up back and forth, and I'm like, all right.
They're setting something up, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're setting something up, but at the same time, I'm like, why do y'all keep beating each other
I don't
up?
know if Shinsuke's going to be in the picture or not of this. If they're
I
bringing
don't
this
know.
title.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because Shinsuke had a brief little backstage thing where he said the United States of Nakamura, Knock America, which I fell out laughing at when
You're going to buy that shirt if they make it in.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna buy that shirt. Are you kidding me? That's amazing. But I don't know. I also like crazy Jeff Hardy when he's decided I'm gonna throw my body off of this thing because Shane McMahon's like the only guy around here who can do that. So he's like,
Yeah,
oh look, an
yeah.
anvil case. Oh look, Gordon's on the table. I've got a great idea. This is
Yeah.
something that you've had for 20 years, Jeff. I know, and it works every time. Go ahead and jump off the thing, Jeff. We know.
Just leave
You
it.
know how this is gonna go.
Now, we did get one match set up for Hell in a Cell on the SmackDown side. That's Daniel Bryan and his wife, Brie Bella, against Miz and his wife, Maurice. You read that and you're thinking, oh, okay. But then you see the promo, how that was set up. And
Brie
Brie
clocked him.
Cole clocked the crap out of Miz when she ran down to the ring. But
It was great.
it's
So
a great
start having
I
set.
intergender
didn't
tag-
expect
intergender
that.
matches. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought she was just gonna come out and talk, and then she came in running. I'm like, okay, she's running. She walks up to the Miz and boom! And I was like, oh, okay.
I was like, oh, this is what we doing now. Cool. Let's
Yep.
get this, fam. Okay, cool.
get to see this in San Antonio,
But
too.
I did also say, like, oh, are they going to set this up again with the other Bella twin? First they did John Cena and Nikki Bella. Now they're doing Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella. And I'm like...
Well, they're going with the married Bella.
Yeah, but they're already married.
Yeah. Husband and wife thing with a kid.
It's just like... It's basically, you know, Miz and Maurice wrestling John Cena and Nikki with no kids. Now they have kids, so we're going to wrestle the couple that has kids.
Except Daniel Bryan's a better wrestler.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying,
are we gonna see Miz and Maurice making fun of Daniel Bryan and Brie?
That's what I'm waiting for.
If there are any good writers in that SmackDown room, there will be a segment.
I hope they flip the script and they have Daniel and Brie making fun of them and Nikki making fun of Marjo because Miz and Mrs. is so popular.
Oh my gosh, Marjo, yeah.
Please make that happen.
Yeah.
Please make that happen.
Yeah, that would be
Please
great.
make that happen. Please make that happen.
So that was our recap, our predictions that went into Hell in a Cell, which will be in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
We will get to previewing Hell in a Cell in a few weeks. Now, we want to send our congrats. We didn't forget about you, Keith, but we do love you. We're very proud of you. For one, getting signed to WWE, and two, from debuting on NXT. I had a Facebook memory come up, and we had a SummerSlam party at our old house, and you were there, you and your wife Tiffany, and it was amazing to see that picture. And 5 years later, you're wrestling with NXT, and everyone's basking in your glory. So we're all very proud of you. We wish you nothing but the best. Don't forget about us, little people that have supported you for so long. You're there when you make it big, and we see you on the main roster. So
You're a little people.
when you main event WrestleMania,
very little people.
when you main event WrestleMania, we're not going to turn down front row seats. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Now, I do have another congrats here, and it's for this guy. I want to give a congrats to you, who has had his first ever book published, Tatsu Angelo Ronin Days. You've been working on this for 5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
I started writing it in 2013, and between drafts, I deleted and said, oh, that storyline doesn't work, or that character doesn't work, and removing stuff, taking stuff out, and then editors and waiting for my cover artist, all this kind of stuff. After 5 years, it finally got done.
It's on Amazon. You can
Right
search
now.
for it, look for it. We might even include a link to it in the bio or the comments and description, of course, of this video. Congratulations.
Thank you so
much.
We're all very proud of you. I'm going to order a copy of this just to have you autograph it.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
If you ever want to do the audiobook, like I said, I can read this like Howard Finkel.
No,
The funny
It
part
was
is,
well into noon the next day before the sadistic doctor.
the funny part is
Too
he
damn long,
said,
though, the way he talks.
true. But the funny part is he said that I laughed at first. I was like, that sounds like a hilariously great idea though.
No, you also missed is that JC could also do it in Cartman voice and also in Yakko.
Wacko.
I'm sorry, Wacko voice.
Wacko.
Of course,
Get
I
it
messed
right,
up.
Fabu.
Of course, I messed it up. So, but yeah, he can do it in those voices as well.
So
I
maybe-
can do Cartman.
But it meant nothing.
You know, that kind of thing. I can read that.
But
here,
maybe the next book.
so. We're all very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Look for this on
Yeah.
Amazon. You can also get it on your Kindle as well.
Yes.
So that's it. That's our recap of SummerSlam weekend. Again, our new Twitter account at @CCG_Wrestle-Cast. Join us next week. We will be previewing what has been tagged the biggest independent wrestling show ever. Of course, we're talking about All In, which is being put on by Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks.
Yep.
We can't wait for that. So we will have that up next week for you guys. Joining me was Tommy,
Thank you guys.
my beautiful wife Tina,
Thanks, guys.
and I'm JC. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, pro wrestling is real.
People are fake.